I'm surprised we haven't seen this question again already, asking about Christian Lander. I'm starting to wonder if he is not a redshirt candidate, but is there a purpose to a redshirt year anymore with the COVID year since he received the COVID year? But obviously, only so many guys can play.
Mm-hmm.
He is the youngest, minus Bates. He's the youngest on this roster. He has the least experience on this roster. So I'm not surprised that he's not getting minutes, I guess. I mean, there's only so many. I mean, you look, this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's already going 10 deep. I mean, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, and who knows, right? So for every Trey Galloway comeback story, there's a Christian Lander that you question, and then, well, why is he not playing him? Well, it's not an equal opportunity position. I mean, it's not, unfortunately, right? And then you go from watching this kid do what he did in the Evansville area to now trying to figure out how to play as a collegiate player. And the positive here could be there's time to grow, and Coach Woodson's given him that opportunity. We may not want to see that, hear that, but that's what I'm watching, right? So, I feel Christian is as committed as any player. That there's just, you have faced the truth. You may have to grow a little bit, right? It's not even about a trust. Right now, you're not trusted. Okay, you're not trusted handling the basketball, making the right decisions. You're gonna get better, and it's okay, because right now you have the group of players that can afford you that ability. I make it personal. That's my son's position at the college he's at, not the same level, right? But I relate at the NAIA level. He's a freshman, not like Christian, but he, you know what? You have time to grow, son. Christian, you have time to grow. So I'm hoping that that's what we're looking at, and we see him as the future more than, okay, why is he not in that rotation, if that makes any sense?
Yeah, because you've got Xavier Johnson, who's playing a ton of minutes. Then you have a Rob Phinisee, who is in front of you playing a ton of minutes. And so they said he didn't even dress yesterday because of an injury. But that aside, obviously he's not getting, but I don't expect him to get a ton more minutes right now, because you just have guys in front of him. And that's that.
Right.
He's just younger.
Well, and you just said it. So let's look at this. If he was contributing at a high level, if it was a minor injury, he's dressing. Nothing against it. He's not really playing. Okay, well, you can sit. So now that just kind of helps even his psyche. I'm dressing, but I'm not going to play. Okay, let's nurse, let's rehabilitate whatever's going on. But at the same time, too, you're not going to probably play against Xavier Johnson, again, a former 16 points per game, true point guard in the sense of what we're starting to see now. Rob's coming off playing high level. Rob as a senior, you're just not. There's so many minutes at that position, right? 5 positions, 200 minutes, 10 players playing, averaging 20. Obviously, Trace and Race probably getting the majority of those minutes. You got to find 3 spots that make up that rest of that 200 minutes, and you're not going to give up many to players that may not help you win. And I'm not saying he can't us win right now, but he has room to get better. And that's just the way I see it. And I'm hoping that he doesn't see this as a slight. Nobody around him does that, in this transfer portal culture, in a sense.
Yeah, and we see this a lot. No rumbles from the bench from him. Okay, that it should stop right there.
Right.
It should stop right there. Yeah. I don't understand why people feel the need. Well, he may not be happy. Why are people worried that he's not happy?
Right.
Because he may enter the transfer portal? Okay, right. Guess what? I just read that there are still 600 and something football players in the portal out of 1,000 that entered. 2/3 are still in the portal. Man, I don't understand why that's not your biggest concern today. So let him
Exactly.
Let it be his concern. I think he knows what's going on. He's growing. He came here too early. He's growing. He's got great players around him to learn from. He's a great athlete. He's talented. He'll be fine. Just let him have his time and just let him deal with it.
It's just so rare because we all are in this microwave society that you have a player have the opportunity to grow. We're just expecting what he did in high school to just transfer over, and sometimes it takes a while. Another personal story. I have a player that's in college right now. Is struggling, but yet, man, you got time. Like encouragement. Like there's no words I can give you, man. There's no rush like to greatness, man. It takes time to take your lumps. You need to learn how to work through adversity. Something you haven't faced in a long time, right? So I think that's where it's at, Jim. I think it's more us than the team. Then I see his attitude. I don't see shoulder slump. I see somebody who I think is constantly being communicated to. You got to get better, right?
And here's what you have to do.
Here's what you have to do. You got to get better. These are costly mistakes you're making. You got to get better. You got room to grow.
Let's see. Sean said, thoughts on what has happened, and this kind of goes along with that same deal on what has happened to Tamar Bates. Well, nothing's happened to Tamar Bates. At one point, many of us, him included, expected him to start by midseason. Now it's extremely limited minutes with little impact. Well, you have to learn. It's a team, and you have to be a part of this offense that they are particularly running.
Hey, man. Look, I love all the young players. You don't know how to play. I'm sorry. You don't know how to play. You think you do. You don't. You've been playing AAU. You've been playing AAU is all about you basketball. You're going to the prep schools. You've been focusing. You need to learn how to play. It's not what to play. It's how to play. And that's the learning curve that we all go through. And it's on defense. I saw Fabulous talked about Christian being a defensive liability. We all were at one time on an island, lost, no clue how to read off-ball defense. It's a learning curve, and everyone is going to hit that wall in a sense where they realize I got to pay a little bit more attention to detail to this shot clock, this play style of play. Everybody's bringing it. I'm playing against somebody I don't know as a junior, but he's strong as I don't know what. It's a learning curve. You're not going to just come in and dominate like that. It is what it is.
Yeah, we always see Mike working with. You can tell when he's not happy on the sideline. You know it. There's no doubt. He will bring somebody out and talk to them and say, "Dude, you can't do that. We can't have that. We got to have you doing this. You've got to do that." That's coaching. That's teaching. That's part of the reason this team is getting better, in my opinion.
And one of the things I want to share with Sean, and this is something that we got to understand. Like this is my daily mission for players, Sean, is to learn, first of all, how to play for any coach, right? I mean, to testament to playing for somebody like Coach Knight, you got to learn how to play for any coach. But then at the same time, that coach needs to give you margin for error. Those are the teams that really win, where the players pretty much galvanize, using the word Coach Woodson brought up a lot of times during his presses when he first got there. It's a players team. Coaches manage it. But they have to learn to play through margin for error. I think Xavier is a good example of that. Coach is going to get on him, and we love that. But Xavier's still playing through turnovers or whatever because Coach trusts Xavier's play. He knows what Xavier is going to give him night in, night out. And that's what you want as a player. You want a coach that's on your side, giving you your rules of engagement. You can do all of what you can do in these boundaries, but if you start doing this, it's going to pull you out. And Xavier knows his margin for error with Coach. And I think that's a good example of what you saw yesterday with limited turnovers, right? What you saw hurt us in the beginning and those games, why is he doing that? Now you're starting to see the coaching and the adjustments and showing up consistently. You're starting to see that.